So part 9, mile 9, our 13-mile trek here. Jeez. Bike just wants to go where it wants to go. Whitmore Ravine. Alright. So you got, I don't know if you can see that, a little bit of a stream passing through that. Okay, and they say I'm at mile 8.5 here. Good thing to know that I'm on the right track. Yeah, we'll go through this path. What a way to start out our mile 9. Yes, by the way, what happened there is I did slip on the trail. Ended up on my butt. It made it kind of worse. I didn't show the gals that were coming down the path at the time. But there were a couple of hikers that probably saw the whole thing, and it's really a shame too, because I decided to deviate on that little path. You know, I thought that is kind of a shortcut to the real path, and I didn't realize that if I would have gone straight, that would have brought me to a point, although kind of a steep, not really a steep drop, but kind of a more of a decline, but a short decline to the same place. I didn't save any walking time, in other words, but I could have saved some embarrassment because of that. Now, just kind of looking around this area here, I'm noticing some red rocks off to the side, and you know, it gets me thinking about movies. Was that there's a Nicolas Cage movie, Red Rock West or something like that. Saw about 20 years ago or so. Not, you know, that Red Rocks is really that interesting, but it does bring about an interesting thought concerning the using this area for nice little rural scenes, you know, like in a video or something, because it is pretty sparse on the right days. Sometimes a biker might come along or hikers might come along, but it's not anywhere as busy as the paved path was. So, you know, anyone needs any footage of just being on the plains, you know, they can always just kind of take themselves away from the path, try to avoid power lines, of course. You don't want any signs of civilization to be showing, and you could actually set up a pretty nice looking scene. So going along with the idea of movies, and you know, the fact that, you know, maybe we kind of, you know, being on the plains, maybe it looks like Kansas or something. Good segue into what I'm about to talk next, right? I don't know if anyone's heard about this. I've been trying to let people know about it, but they are, Warner Brothers is converting The Wizard of Oz into 3D, and that actually is something that I've been waiting for. I think and they're doing it for home viewing. So I mean, it's not like you Wizard of Oz in theaters, and it's like, oh, cool, get to see it in theaters again. But it begs a question here. I mean, back in like the 30s and 40s, before they started showing films like in Panavision and CinemaScope and all those other widescreen widescreen formats, Wizard of Oz was actually filmed with a 4:3 ratio, similar to our tube TVs, a square picture, and people really get a little annoyed when they have to see those black bars on the right and the left of a movie, It makes me wonder how they're going to format the Wizard of Oz. I mean, are they going to keep it with its 4:3 ratio, or are they going to cut off the top and the bottom of it? Are they going to eliminate video information and then do the conversion? I hope they keep the original format, the original ratio for the 3D version. It's just that with the 3D, you don't have the selection of zoom or anything like that. In fact, you have with the other ratio, with the other types of TV, where you can choose whatever viewing ratio that you want. Yeah, so Wizard of Oz 3D is pretty awesome news. It's set to be released next fall. We still have a year to wait for it, and I think it'd be something to see.
So the question is, okay, you got something that says more difficult, and then you got one that says most difficult. Now, does that mean that's more difficult from the most difficult, or is it not as difficult as the most? They don't explain these things. I guess I'll soon find out. It's more of a trench than a trail.
We began this video with me slipping on a trail, and only to find out later when coming back that there would have been an easier way of doing it. And it's one of the reasons why I prefer, to say I'd have my vehicle at the destination, and then I would ride or walk the bike to the beginning of where I want to be, look at the area around me, look at the markers, and just kind of get a general gist of what's around that I'm going to be confronting when actually coming back and doing the filming. And I like it that way better, because then I can kind of show where things are at and things I've noticed are, and I can choose better paths that would complement filming and everything. But in this walk that you're seeing here, my vehicle is parked at the beginning of the trail, and from there I start the filming right away, and then I walk for 4 miles, ride and walk 4 miles, and then I walk back to my vehicle, already having done the surveying here. Granted, by not surveying it and by getting the filming done first, I'm probably less tired, despite the exhaustion and panting that you hear. I really wasn't that tired yet. I didn't get really tired until I came back, and I was moving at a zombie-like pace, and I just wanted to get home. But
This does not look good.
yeah, that's one advantage, is I'm not as tired, and I get the filming done right there and then. Another thing that I need to mention, though, if I don't survey it first, then when I come up on things, they're more unexpected. And maybe people would rather see that than my response to them being unexpected, rather than, oh, here is this and here is that. But the thing, that's just it, though. It's just that when I start talking, as is going to be happening here in just a few minutes, I believe, that it makes and then boom, the answer presents itself within a couple of seconds. Well, it makes me sound like a moron.
Not that there really is much of a river to give us a shot of.
If you went ahead and looked up on Google Earth these paths that I'm taking, and you put the path down and you set measurements, these aren't exactly miles. As I mentioned, the last one was more than a mile, and I think this one might be short. I don't know. Because the last one was longer than a mile, I think it messed up the whole thing in general. And because of that, none of these are exactly a mile. You know, it's not as easy to keep track of like doing the paved path was. Anyway, it doesn't matter, because I looked up the videos, and they ended up being about an hour and 10 minutes for all four of them. And so by dividing those three, it ends up being 17-18 minutes per mile, per section. Even though, I might cover more than a mile the first 17 minutes, I'll cover less of a mile, during the second, second segment. And so I'm dividing the ride evenly by time, not distance. So I'll put up like four different sections here, and I spend a little bit more time with the dam at the end. So there's less distance covered then, but I just wanted to show people. I mean, the dam that I'm going to be showing is the major part of this walk, and the reason why I'm making it. Sometimes it makes me feel like I'm rambling like Obama did at the debates last night. Speaking of which, I mean, we're just trying to kill time. Sometimes it felt like they were trying to kill time. It's like, you guys don't have the time to kill. Come on, you've got a set time. It's a minute and a half, 2 minutes to do this. And they just like blah, 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 blah.
They had a sign for the River's Edge Trail that said 8.5 miles, right? And I'm kind of hoping that they'll give us another one of those to let us know when we make another mile or two. Oh, well, look, there we go. We just made a half mile. All right. That was just a half a mile. Sorry guys, a little bit windy. Stabilizer does not like the wind with this light of a camera. Now this camera acts like a paddle. It's so flat. And yeah, the wind catches it and goes all over the place.
But yeah, the debates last night of Romney versus Obama, and Romney was seemed to be a lot more rehearsed. Obama didn't seem to be rehearsed. It's like he seemed to be talking off the top of his head. I mean, being the president, he's got a little bit more connection on what's going on than Romney currently did. But it was a lot less rehearsed, and because Romney looked like he actually made the effort, he came out pretty strong in the debates.
But as I was mentioning, this walk of the trail, this 4-mile stretch, is the worst part about it. Once you reach this other dam, then we go on the other side of the river. I'm hoping that the road there is a bit more smooth. And that's only 2 miles. Plus a little bit under 3 right now until we reach our destination.
Well, that's the ride for mile 9. I hope everybody enjoys the commentary presented and the scenery. Hope everybody has a good day, and I'll talk with you later.